Hello, and welcome to the Reselling Report for today, Tuesday, May 26th, 2020. I'm your host, Ann Eckhart, and every weekday morning I upload the Reselling Report here to YouTube to update you on the day's retail and e-commerce news, including the latest from eBay, Amazon, Etsy, and Poshmark. If you haven't done so already, I hope you'll subscribe. And now, let's get on with today's show. Well, happy Tuesday, everyone. I hope everyone had a good Memorial Day yesterday here in America. It was what the Europeans call a bank holiday, but we are now into a new business week. But with the coronavirus outbreak, with everything being shut down, it was already hard enough to keep track of what day it was. Now you've thrown a 3-day weekend into it, and I don't know, is this June? Is it July? Is it Christmas next week? I don't know what day it is or what's going on. But anyway, we are into another week where most of the country is now opened up or starting to open up. More retail is opening back up every day. So I'm seeing a lot of people on social media sharing that they're going out thrifting and back to sourcing. So we are now entering what is typically referred to as the summer slowdown, where sales kind of slow down for most people, not everybody. You always get that one who's like, I get my best sales in the summer. Congratulations to you. Most of us don't, but it is typically prime sourcing season. So hopefully you are able to get out there safely, restock your reselling business, source like crazy in the next 2 months, and then hunker down and get it listed. We'll see what fourth quarter looks like. It's definitely time to think about maybe expanding outside of clothing. If you're going to thrift stores and garage sales and you see gift items, games, puzzles, remember the things that were really hot sellers during these stay-at-home orders. If we have another wave of this virus in the fall and things start shutting down again, there's going to be another demand for that stuff. So expand your horizons, start to look at anything and everything that you can pick up, especially if you can get it cheap. Thrift stores are being inundated with donations now that they're starting to open back up. So there's going to be a lot of stuff, and hopefully you have the funds and you are able to source, because this is prime season for resellers sourcing and building your business back up. Speaking of thrift stores, we've been talking a lot about Goodwill starting to reopen their stores. Of course, there are other thrift stores. Salvation Army, Family Stores, and Savers are two of the big ones. We don't have a Salvation Army store in my area anymore. They closed a couple of years ago, and we don't have Savers in Iowa at all. But it does sound like a lot of stores are doing what most stores are doing and trying to implement social distancing and safety practices, whether that's putting up plastic shields or plexiglass shields, I guess I could say, at checkout, putting marks on the floors to have you keep space in line, encouraging face masks, and quarantining donations before they hit the sales floor. So just like with Goodwill, find your local thrift stores, Savers, Salvation Army, whatever thrift stores you may have in your area. Be sure to find them on Facebook. It's a great place to follow businesses to keep up with exactly what every location is doing, because none of these are an umbrella policies in terms of when they're opening and what rules they're asking people to follow. So you want to be aware of what the stores in your area specifically are doing. But let me know if you've been able to go to any thrift stores. You have Goodwill, do you have Salvation Army and Savers in your area? Let me know what thrift stores that you are sourcing at in your immediate area. There's very little news from the reselling sites themselves. Actually, the only thing new that I can find is from Etsy today, and Etsy is rolling out payments to more countries. So it says in a post on their blog, we're excited to share that we'll be expanding Etsy payments to more countries this year. Up first, Turkey, Malaysia, and Mexico. With Etsy Payments, you can manage your shop's finances all in one place. Plus, it offers more payment options to your buyers. We'll be making Etsy Payments available to sellers in these new countries over the next few weeks. You'll see a heads up in your shop manager and your inbox when your shop can sign up. We'll also continue to share updates as we expand to even more countries. There are several benefits to using Etsy Payments. Protect your business. Etsy Payments gives you extra protection. When you use Etsy Payments, you get all information we need to help investigate chargebacks and help you resolve cases for eligible orders. Sales processed through Etsy Payments are eligible for Etsy's seller protection policy if the relevant criteria are met. You can also give shoppers more ways to pay, as Etsy Payments lets shoppers choose how they want to pay. And simplify your payments with Etsy Payments. All of your sales from Etsy go to your payment account, so you can manage everything in one place. You can schedule your deposits to arrive in your bank account when you want them, daily, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. So, little update there from Etsy. I never would have considered customers from, I don't know if I've ever shipped to Turkey in all my years. Probably way back in the day when I first started eBay. I did a lot of international shipping, not as much anymore because I only use global shipping, which can be a turnoff for buyers because they do pay more that way than if you just sell to them directly. But yeah, interesting. If you sell on Etsy, you will have an opportunity to sell to more countries coming up soon. Did you know that Ben & Jerry's ice cream has collaborated with Nike to produce sneakers? Well, now you do. According to an article on BroBible.com, people are already reselling Ben & Jerry's Chunky Dunky Nike sneakers for insane prices. One of the most hyped sneaker collections of the year features a company made famous by its unique ice cream. Nike has teamed up with Ben & Jerry's for the Nike SB Dunk Low times Ben & Jerry's Chunky Dunky. That is a long name, which dropped today at select retailers and will launch online at Nike.com. According to Nike.com, Ben & Jerry's has done things their own way since humbly serving its first scoop in 1978. The company is world-renowned for producing high-quality ice cream, but the Vermont-based brand has always remained committed to its core values of doing good and having some fun. In recognition of that shared ethos, Nike SB is churning out a chunky rendition of the Dunk Low featuring hues and textures that mimic Ben & Jerry's signature packaging. Blue skies, bovines, and green pastures all appear in familiar form, while colorful tie-dye patterns and bold text graphics cover the shoe's insole and heel. Dip into this delicious addition before it gets gobbled up, and it's getting gobbled up by resellers. It retails for $100. People are already pre-selling them before they even have them in their hands for up to $1,300. So it is crazy the collaborations that come about these days, and crazy how hot they can be and what people are willing to spend on them. So I don't know if you'll be lucky enough to find these on the secondhand market, but if you like to flip retail arbitrage items and can get your hands on a pair of the Ben & Jerry's sneakers, might be worth a look for you. See if you can make some quick cash, although good luck getting them. I'm pretty sure they'll sell out quick, but you never know. And finally today, I did want to touch base on Facebook Shops, something we talked about last week. So Facebook is rolling out their own shopping feature, and it is currently only available to businesses using Instagram Shopping and Facebook Page Shop, but it will soon be available to others. So just a note that this is a good time to get your Facebook business page set up so you're ready for this if you do want to utilize it. A business page is different than your personal page. Your personal page where you friend people, a business page is one where you like. So for instance, my Facebook page, which is linked below my video, that's a page you like. And so that's a business page. It's free. It's easy to set up a business page for your reselling business or for any business. I also have one for my Jean Lee Publishing books that I do. But yeah, if you don't already have a Facebook business page, this is now the time to get one, because once Facebook Shops rolls out, it might be something you want to do. There's a new article over on the Motley Fool talking about Facebook Shops, and I think one section is particularly interesting, and it's why Facebook Shops could be huge. So this part reads, Facebook already has many of the components in place to build a powerful e-commerce business. Most importantly, the company is an unmatched audience online. Facebook itself had 1.7 billion daily active users as of the end of March. In its family of apps, which includes Messenger, WhatsApp, and Instagram, there were 2.4 billion daily users and 3 billion monthly users. Instagram, arguably Facebook's most valuable shopping platform, reached 1 billion monthly active users in 2018 and has grown ever since. As of 2018, Facebook users spend an average of 38 minutes a day on the site, and time spent on its apps has gone up during the coronavirus crisis. That means Facebook has an extraordinary percentage of the world's attention, and adding shopping capabilities is one more way it can monetize its audience. After all, many of its users follow brands on Facebook and Instagram and use the platforms to get new ideas for things like travel, food, and home decor. Companies are eager to find customers, and with billions of users on Facebook and Instagram, it's essential for brands to have a presence there. Facebook shops also do something that Amazon, the e-commerce leader, cannot: provide discovery. Amazon works well for shoppers who know what they want, but not so much for those looking to be inspired, who only have a sense of what they're looking for, or who just want to browse. With its tight relationships with brands and users, Facebook looks perfectly suited to fill this void. There's a huge opportunity in e-commerce, which has become a giant, fast-growing market around the world, especially with the disruption from the pandemic. In the US, e-commerce has generated over $600 billion in sales in the last 4 quarters, and it took an 11.8% share of the total retail sales on an adjusted basis, a record percentage. That shows that the e-commerce market is not only massive, it also has a lot of room to grow. So Facebook has a huge audience, and if you have a reselling business, it definitely may be something that you are going to want to utilize when the shop feature is available to everyone, especially if you sell similar items. If you're a vintage seller, people follow you for vintage, or a fashion seller, and people like the style of items that you tend to offer. But really anything, just selling via a Facebook site, a shopping site on Facebook, where customers already are, versus trying to get people to go to eBay, trying to get people to go to Etsy, trying to get people to go to Poshmark. They're already on Facebook. So I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. And of course, all the features once it rolls out. From what I'm seeing, it's going to be free to list there. They'll only take a percentage when an item sells. So similar to Poshmark in that aspect where you can list for free. I don't know how the shipping's going to work. I'm assuming it's going to have shipping options available, because they are working with Spotify and some other off-site e-commerce sites as they set this up. But hopefully we will know more soon. But I'm excited to see it roll out and see how it can potentially change the reselling market. And that is a wrap on today's show. I know it was a short one, but coming off a holiday, that's to be expected. If you did like today's show, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Again, even leaving just a hello or an emoji really, really helps the engagement here on YouTube. So I appreciate it so much. Check out the show notes below the video for links to the articles I referenced. You can email me your questions or reseller stories to share on the show. My email is also below. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.